What if the reason you can't find that Lego set is exactly why you want it more? In 2004, Lego was losing $1 million a day. Today, retired sets sell for 60% above retail, not because of supply chain failures, but because of a deliberate system of artificial scarcity designed to control the toy market. And it all traces back to a company on the verge of collapse. In 2004, Lego's financial statements told a stark story. Daily losses averaging around $1 million US, with the year's net loss reaching nearly $680 million US. Expansion into too many product lines, costly media ventures, and ballooning overhead left the company teetering on the edge of collapse. The numbers were not just red, they were staggering. Facing this crisis, Lego's board turned to Jørgen Vig Knudstorp, a former McKinsey consultant known for his analytical rigor. He took the helm as chief executive officer in October 2004. Knudstorp described the situation as a burning platform. The business was on fire, losing money, with negative cash flow and no margin for error. Knudstorp's turnaround plan began with an unflinching look at excess. The product portfolio was slashed from over 5,400 SKUs down to about 1,200 within 2 years, a 78% CUT. This was not just about trimming fat. Every discontinued set, every axed theme, was a step toward survival. The company set a target to save 2 billion Danish kroner annually, equivalent to roughly $300 million US, by closing inefficient factories, reducing headcount by a quarter, and refocusing on core brands with proven appeal. Operating expenses dropped from 10.3 billion kroner in 2004 to 8.9 billion kroner by 2006, matching the ambitious cost-saving goals. But the most significant shift came in how Lego thought about supply. Unlimited production was no longer an option. Instead, the company started planning for scarcity, deliberately limiting runs, setting retirement dates, and prioritizing margin over sheer volume. This approach not only stabilized cash flow, but also laid the groundwork for a new kind of brand power, one built on exclusivity and controlled access. For anyone building a business or a brand, Lego's crisis-era strategy offers a clear lesson. Sometimes, pulling back is what creates value. Subscribe for more stories on the business of desire. Artificial scarcity, as practiced by Lego, is not a matter of factories running slow or shipments getting stuck. It is a deliberate system built into the way the company presents, releases, and retires its products. On Lego's official website, entire categories are dedicated to the concept. Tabs labeled exclusives, retiring soon, and coming soon guide shoppers towards sets that are, by definition, limited in their availability. The language is clear and intentional. When a set is marked limited edition, the company is sending a signal. This product will not be made forever, and the window to buy is closing. Scarcity at Lego is engineered through a series of mechanisms. Production caps are announced or implied, often with badges or countdowns. But the actual number of sets produced is rarely disclosed. Scheduled retirements are publicized in advance, creating a sense of urgency as the end date approaches. The VIP membership program introduces another layer, offering early access to certain sets and placing strict purchase limits per account. This is not about running out of stock by accident. It is about shaping the market through controlled access. Other tactics include regional exclusives, where certain sets are only available in specific stores or countries, and time-limited gift with purchase offers that vanish once the allocated supply is gone. Event exclusives, like those released at major conventions, are produced in quantities as low as 1,000 pieces, making them instant collector items. Lego's artificial scarcity is defined by these pre-announced limits and corporate signals. It stands apart from basic supply and demand hiccups by being planned, measured, and executed as a core business strategy. For anyone building a brand or launching products, these are not just toy tactics. They are lessons in how to create desire and urgency through the careful management of access. Subscribe for more insights on the business of scarcity. In September 2017, Lego released the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, 7,541 pieces, the largest Star Wars set ever made. The launch generated immediate buzz, but what happened next revealed the real power behind Lego's scarcity strategy. Within just 48 hours, the Falcon sold out across North America and Europe. Official channels had no more stock. On Bricklink, the median listing price jumped from $699 at launch to $985 by the end of the month, a 41% increase in less than 3 weeks. Price. Charting recorded a similar spike, with secondary market offers peaking near $980, well above the original MSRP. Collector forums lit up as buyers scrambled to secure a set. One AFOL who had tracked the Falcon for months described watching prices climb out of reach in real time. He eventually paid $1,200 on the secondary market, writing later, "I felt robbed, but I couldn't risk missing out forever." That sense of urgency did not come from an announced retirement or a production issue. It was engineered from day one. LEGO's decision to cap production at roughly 2,500 units per region created a psychological trigger. Scarcity was not a side effect, it was the product. The Falcon's launch phase price jump was not an isolated event. It was a case study in how deliberate supply constraints can turn a new release into an instant collector's item, inflating value and driving emotional buying behavior. For anyone building a business, the lesson is clear. When you control access, you control demand. Subscribe for more insights on the business of desire. LEGO's scarcity strategy doesn't just play out in blockbuster themes or franchise partnerships. The Tower Bridge set, part of the Creator Expert Architecture line, offers a clear example of how controlled supply can drive value even in non-licensed categories. In late June 2024, LEGO announced the retirement of Tower Bridge. The response was immediate. Within 30 days, the average secondary market price for a sealed set jumped from around $250 to nearly $390, a 55% increase. Tracked across Brick Economy and eBay completed listings. This wasn't a gradual climb, it was a sharp spike, triggered by a single announcement and reinforced by collector forums and resale chatter. Fans who had hesitated suddenly found themselves priced out. One architecture enthusiast posted, "I kept putting it off and now it's gone. I'd have to pay double to get it now." The regret echoed across Reddit and Eurobricks, where screenshots of sold-out listings and missed opportunities piled up. Unlike the Millennium Falcon, Tower Bridge had no movie tie-in or media hype. Its price surge shows that scarcity can create urgency and value purely through planned retirement, not just pop culture appeal. For anyone building a business, the lesson is simple. When you control the exit, you control the story and the price. Subscribe for more strategies on turning demand into desire. VIP early access drops have become a cornerstone of LEGO's scarcity playbook. When a new set launches, VIP members are often granted a narrow window to buy before the general public. These events are marked by countdown timers and strict per-account purchase caps, sometimes as low as 1 set per customer. The effect is immediate. Within hours, high demand, sets can vanish from the VIP portal, leaving even loyal fans empty-handed. On forums, screenshots of sold-out banners and frustrated comments pile up, fueling the sense that missing the window means missing out for good. Gift with purchase promotions add another layer. These gift with purchase promotions are announced as while supplies last and often disappear within a day. The 2025 Ferrari gift with purchase promotion, for example, was sold out online in under 12 hours. Collectors who missed the drop turned to eBay, where prices for the bundled set jumped by 25% within 2 weeks. Limited runs are not just for flagship sets either. Regional and event exclusives, like San Diego Comic-Con minifigures capped at just 1,000 units, become instant collector's items the moment they hit the market. At every step, LEGO controls access through channel-specific levers, VIP-only windows, per-account limits, regional restrictions, and timed gift with purchase promotions. These mechanics do not just limit supply, they manufacture urgency, drive secondary market premiums, and keep fans coming back for the next drop. For anyone building a brand or selling products online, the lesson is clear. When you control the gate, you control the game. Subscribe for more business breakdowns like this. Scarcity at LEGO is not left to chance. The company employs a dedicated retail allocation manager, whose job is to translate global production caps into precise stock levels for each region, store, and online channel. This role sits at the heart of the decision chain, balancing projected sell-through rates and margin targets against demand forecasts. Allocation managers receive launch quantities and retirement schedules from product planning, then break down the numbers into regional pools, sometimes flagging exceptions for senior approval. Every limited run, every regional exclusive is documented and tracked against key performance indicators. By managing inventory this way, LEGO ensures that scarcity is coordinated from the top down, making every drop, retirement, and exclusive a calculated move. Subscribe for more business strategy breakdowns. Scarcity taps into a deep psychological shortcut known as the scarcity heuristic. When something is hard to get, people want it more. Research by Robert Cialdini and studies of FOMO show this effect is not just theory. It is visible in every LEGO drop. When a set retires or sells out, resale margins on platforms like BrickPicker routinely hit 20 to 60% above retail. Forum threads fill with stories of buyers flipping exclusive sets for quick profits, sometimes making hundreds of dollars in a matter of days. For resellers, scarcity is not a problem. It is a business model. For brands, it is proof that engineered limits can turn ordinary products into must-haves. Subscribe for more strategies on turning psychology into profit. Scarcity isn't just a LEGO tactic. It is a blueprint for modern brand power. Today, the value of almost any product can be shaped by controlling its perceived rarity. For anyone building a business or an audience, the lesson is clear. Psychology drives demand. Subscribe for more strategic breakdowns like this.